Well, good evening. October the 31st. I almost turned that off. That's the hotspot on my phone. I usually do when I make a video. So I won't hear that. But what the heck. Doesn't matter. Just came in from raking a few leaves. Thought I'd sit down and have a little chat. Take my knee brace off. Ever since that day George Floyd got murdered. I was feeding a squirrel and climbed up on a tree to get up to put corn out for a squirrel. Tweaked my knee. Been bothering me ever since. Not near as bad. I couldn't even walk on it for about a week. Strange how that happened on that day. All that months ago. Just a reminder. Halloween. Full moon. They even claimed you might see a red dot next to it. Mars. The planet Mars. If you believe all that. Well, here I sit in the divided kingdom of Babylon, better known as the home of the brave, land of the free. We can say or do anything. They mentioned today from the governor who throws out his devil horns when he first locked the place down, the state, that the state of Indiana is under a health emergency until December 1st because more than 3,000 people have been tested positive for the virus that's never been isolated. And people still think, okay, all we got to do now is wear a muzzle, stay at home, not see our families, put a muzzle on our kids, send them to school, do everything virtually online. How do you control the human race? They're doing a pretty dadgum good job of it because he knows he has but a short time. These Luciferians that have sold their soul to the devil. How it works when they do that and worship the devil, worship Lucifer, the illuminated one, as they believe. Do they lose some of their humanity? Are they even real? Are we actually being taken over by the fallen angels? Some might say aliens. No, the demonic fallen angels that turn their backs on God. That's bringing all this technology into existence. I'm just throwing out my thoughts. Doesn't really matter anymore, does it? I've got so many little clips saved that I could put together some videos, but why? My number one channel, Just a Voice 2, which doesn't have that many subscribers anyway, is suppressed. And every time I put up anything or say anything on it, I get hit with a hate speech. Got hit with a hate speech when I questioned the general's death, and now that's coming back into play now too. The drone strike that supposedly killed the general. Bullshit. The George Floyd got hate speech for that. Got hate speech for asking where's all the news reporting on the mainstream and local news about the black on white hate, the violence, You don't see or hear of that. They're controlling the world. And they're not going to back down from this. Internment camps being built in other countries, which FEMA already has. Walmart's ready. My local Walmart, about 3 years ago, I made a short video because I noticed a change on the cameras on the outside. Across the front of it and around the back, they would have one camera on a pole. Well, all of a sudden, I noticed there's 3 cameras on each of them poles. So I drove around it and counted the cameras. 57 cameras on the outside of that Walmart. With on flat land, no flooding, a retention pond with a giant drain going straight to the back of Walmart. Fenced in. What's all that about? That's been sitting there ready for 3 years. And there's many more of them sitting ready. They could be emptied out overnight. They can build cell towers that put up frequencies that affect the oxygen in a human being. It's all about taking away the breath of man. Because God breathed the breath of life into your nostrils. Now they want you to cover it up so you can't breathe. Take away the breath of God. Think about it. And there's another scripture that's puzzled me, but I don't know if it's in other countries. Daylight saving time. I can remember when I was younger and working, I could work an 8-hour day where you got an hour getting up, getting ready, and going to work. Then a half-hour lunch, you got an hour coming home, winding down. Still have time to do things around the house, watch a little TV, and get a good night's sleep. Now, it just has accelerated. The day, as you're going through it, might seem like it's as long, but what are you getting done? It doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day to do everything you want to do. And I meter the week by trash day, Tuesday, because I have conversations with the trash people. I usually bake some cookies or something and give them a drink. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And it seems like before you know it, you just set the trash out. And wait a minute. Tomorrow's, I got to set it out again. And it doesn't seem like it's been a week. At least, there's a scripture, at least the days be cut short. No flesh will survive. And now, being Halloween, one of the most demonic days of the year, full moon, blue moon, daylight saving time rolls out here in America. At least where I'm at. Got to set the clock back. The day is being cut short. Is that another mockery of God? Why? Why cut the day short? Why change the hours on the clock? Why change the days of the week when Saturday is the Sabbath? But the whole world believes you're supposed to take Sunday, the Sunday law. Everything is the opposite of what God intended it to be. And I'm no one to be sitting here talking about being a righteous man or anything, because I'm not. None of us are. In a way, I can understand people on some of these channels trying to make a living by putting up videos, but that takes the initiative, the true down in the heart initiative of making a video if you're truly trying to wake somebody up. Because in the back of your mind, you think, I got to make some money, so I got to make a video. But then, too, you got others that flaunt what they have. The prideful, the self-boasting, that make videos, give you some good information, but still want you to give them more money, buy more of their products, buy more of their books, pay for their website. Anyway, I trying to help a guy out. It said he'd been reading his comments. So I started watching him again. I tried to leave comments in there to help him. Pride goeth before the fall, and a haughty spirit before destruction. Not invincible. You got arrested, didn't you? Anybody that follows that channel knows who I'm talking about. I won't mention it. I could go off on a lot of channels, but I won't in this video anyway. Of course, who's going to see it? I thought I recorded some stuff on from the local news this morning. I thought about making a video on that and show it when they said they're going to have to declare a statewide health emergency till December the 1st. And 400 National Guard are going to the healthcare providers, the old folks' home, to help take temperatures and do well check visits on the elderly. They're getting you used to having the National Guard at these locked down old folks' homes that they want to eradicate. They don't want anybody knowing what this world was before all this. It wasn't a bad place to live. Sure, the evil was here, but it was in the shadows. Now it's in plain sight, and the masses cannot see it. He formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed the breath of life into their nostrils. What is Lucifer doing to the world? Think about it. Well, I'll keep this short. Doesn't really matter. I can only put it up on my small channel. I do see I'm getting a couple more subscribers, and I thank you. But I don't... I'm just an old fart. Been around a while. Lived a not so glorious life, but in my travels I was a carny and truck driver. Spun records at a discotheque for a short period of time, but I did. Then I went into the carnival business, and right a couple days after I left to go on the road, the Airport Ramada Inn in Indianapolis. Supposedly, now this might have been a staged event too. A fighter jet, guy bailed out, hit that Airport Ramada Inn, destroyed it. A couple days after I quit working there and went on the road. That can be verified, that a fighter jet hit an Airport Ramada Inn 30 years ago, thereabouts. Met some really good people on that road. And in case anybody's wondering, I put this out there from time to time why I say down the road at the end of my videos. We would link up and play a fair or roadside carnival, regardless. I had nothing to do with the rides. I ran electronic games for men out of West Palm Beach. Made good money. That's why one reason my older two don't have much to do with me. It was a bad divorce. They were just babies. Somebody was sleeping around on the other person, and I just couldn't take it. I had an opportunity to take a t-shirt shack out on the road, and then I hooked up with the guy from West Palm and started running his games, and did that for 8 years. Made some really good, close friends. At the time, I didn't realize it, but looking back now, I would love to see some of them, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are awake, because I met some people that had it together back then. But when we'd part company at the end of a show, state fair, county fair, whatever it was, we never said goodbye, because we hoped we would always link up somewhere. Another town, another city, another fair, somewhere down the road. That was art in place of goodbye. Down the road. Love y'all.